Glenn, thanks very much for talking to us on the Northwest 200 podcast. How good to be back.
Yeah, great. Not sure if you were referring to flying into Northern Ireland this morning. I've been in Spain, training pre-season, and I seen the palm trees, a little bit of wind this morning, but a lovely blue sky that wasn't quite blue because it was the early hours of the morning, and landed here, and things look quite a lot different. But in regards to coming back to the event, it's amazing. I was actually sitting on the plane today thinking a lot about it, because today's a day where you get asked a lot of questions. We have the live lunch later on. I think my chapter, it was very, very much unfinished. Maybe this is the next chapter, as such is how I would probably say it. And I didn't realise it until we decided we were going back. And I'm a great believer in things happen for a reason. I don't think it was meant to be at the event last year in a racing capacity, and I don't miss that I wasn't there. I'm still 11 unbeaten in Superbike. I wasn't in them races last year. And we're back. I guess chapter 2, you arrive knowing you can win at Northwest. Chapter 1 started as a brand newcomer, then ended up leading the first ever 600 race. It was never meant to happen, and we know how that story developed. But chapter 2, maybe we can double the amount of wins I've got already. I don't know.
And when you've made the decision that you are coming back, do you now start to feel pressure as the event gets closer?
No, not at all. Pressure is a word that I use, the journalist, right?
Don't blame me.
I love it because mainly the rivals, mind games never work with me whatsoever. So people try to create pressure, whatever word they want to use, but when you can back something up with like data and belief and feeling and statistics, whatever way you want to call it. Like, I've led 47 out of 59 Superbike laps at the Northwest, and from my first win in 2017. I expect, always in respect to the course, and sometimes road racing just doesn't go your way. I've had some tough practice sessions up there, and if it's not going your way, you won't win. But in respect to that, I expect to keep winning. So if they want to put pressure on me, they're putting expectation on me, and expectation fuels my rocket. So I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, do you almost put expectation on yourself?
Yeah, and I thrive off it, and it's something I had to work hard in British Superbikes to feel like that for a long time. I couldn't feel like how I felt at the Northwest, and once success followed in BSB, I now can. I can put myself in that pressure cooker environment, whatever people want to say it, and thrive, because at the end of the day, when you're a successful sports person, it's like Rory in the golf. I'm not comparing myself to Rory here, but Rory is probably at his best when he's expected to perform, because that's what he's trained all his life for. Like a striker, they don't train to not score 30 goals a season. Like, I don't know how else you can explain it. So I'm going back. I've a good thing for me, maybe not less good for the others. I don't feel like I've been away. I don't feel like I missed last year. It doesn't feel like I've had a year out. But maybe that's just a mindset of success is a mindset, isn't it?
And some people might see it as arrogance. You see it as confidence.
Yeah, no, it's easy to get confused with confidence and arrogance, because if you're sitting saying this, you're like, oh, he's cocky, he's that. But I just love the event, and I love how well we have done at it. And the Northwest is a wee bit of show business on the side of British Superbikes, let's say. It's like being an Emmerdale actor and then bouncing on the Dancing on Ice for a week. Do you know what I mean? You're still in...
You're not going there, are you?
No, definitely not. I can't skate. You're still in the network as such. And I guess it's like, for me, I like entertaining people. I enjoy the crack. I enjoy stirring the pot. But I enjoy doing all that when I can back it up on the track. And it's like the actor didn't quite make it, Stephen. You settled for the BBC, but when the actor thrives in Hollywood, and I thrive at the Northwest 200, and I think that's how I would describe it. It gives me a place to play, to have fun, to narrate a little bit, to annoy people, to perform.
So this is like an A-lister going back to pick up an Oscar.
Yeah,
let's say
my Northwest are like, is it the BAFTAs? Yeah, so I've got 11 BAFTAs, and I want more.
Yeah. And do you play mind games with other riders or
My
not?
mind game is that they can't play mind games with me, and I don't care who it is.
And do they try?
Of course they do.
Like
Yes.
what kind? Like
Oh,
what
you
kind
can
of thing?
just tell by body language, stuff they say in the press. It's a small community, but it's very compliment. At the end of the day, you only play mind games with the person you need to beat.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
And you're back on a Ducati.
I'm back on a Ducati. Like always, no electronics, so I always ride a lesser bike at Northwest compared to the others. Many of the others come with their traction controls and anti-wheelies, and we know that's a performance gain because we see World Superbikes lap times with these things. Some come with special engines, as we've seen last year. I go with the BSB bike. We've tried to complicate things in the past, and we've brought like a gearbox to suit York Corner, which is the world's slowest corner in the track. And you're like, oh, the bike's amazing at York. There's crap everywhere else. Do you know what I mean?
And that's not going to win your race.
And that is not going to win your race. As my dad always says, you'll not win the race from the starting line to flipping Ballysally roundabout. You know, it's on the way back you win it. So, yeah, we go with a BSB bike. It's playing it down. It's a great bike. It's I'm now on the new V4R, which probably be the best bike I've ever took to the Northwest. But going with that bike is always enough for me. And I did find it hard in areas racing against Davey last time. The traction control, funny enough, out of corners like York where you're such at a dead still moment and he can accelerate, whereas I was like nearly out of the seat. So, but I enjoy that. I enjoy. I'm quite analytical as a person, so I enjoy saying, okay, I can't do anything about that. But I can try. I can try with my right hand to kind of reduce what he has. And then I like to study. We talked about 47 out of 59 laps led, which that blows my mind more than winning 11 races, to be honest. And watch what they do. And I always cross the line in lap 3 because if it gets red flagged, you need to lead in lap 3. So for being an affable character and clearly somebody who's on the wind up right now.
You mean business?
I mean business, Stephen. But again, it could all go, you could turn up and it could go Pete Tong and it doesn't feel right. And if it doesn't feel right, you're not in the top 5. I'm aware of that. And they want to talk, again, we'll bring up the pressure. Pressure is when everyone expects you to win and it's not going good and you qualify. Like, I've been 13th in day 1 before, further back maybe. 11, 12 seconds a lap off the pace. No better on day 2. And you're going, oh God. And you pull it out of the bag. But you always find a way, and I think that's something a quality I've got in life. I always find a way to.
I mean, do you worry when things like that happen? Is it hard not to be concerned?
No,
that it might not
because
go your way?
the obsession of winning is like a burning. It's like a burning desire that no other outcome is acceptable, even though it's very realistic that there could be many other outcomes. There's many positions you could finish. Of course, there's reliability, etc., which I've touched wood had on my side, which has been great thanks to all the previous teams. But no, you that forces you into like the sink or swim moments, and that's where I guess the top sports people pull it out of the bag. And like Michael Dunlop at TT, he was rid off. People had rid him off, hadn't they? They really had in a period gone by. When times were tough for the entire Dunlop family and. That was probably a bit sink or swim. Was it, do you just continue in that moment or do you bang, snap out? We're talking about snapping out from a Thursday to a Saturday session, but he snapped out of where he was with TT and look at it.
And do you admire what he has done there?
So all the guys, first of all, I love every single one of them, the opportunity to race against him because I very much look up to Michael. I could go through them all and give you snippets like, what Michael has achieved is incredible, and his ability as a rider and his mental resilience to come back from everything he's been through. Dean Harrison is, as a person, somebody I love having a conversation with. Davey Todd, has spent time on family holidays with us, so I can't dislike him. Josh Brooks, I race against week in, week out. I think he's doing Northwest. Alistair was like an old mentor of mine, turned rival with a huge amount of respect. I've raced against Richard Cooper, in British Championship. I know how tough he is. McGuinness is a legend. Do you know who's going to? I'll tell you who's going to change everything. Do you know who is going to change it all? So if people want to win, they need to start winning. Storm Stacey. And I know by the time this goes out, it's out there, right? Did you know, Stephen? Yeah, you knew. He has the charismatic approach that has won him fans in BSB like he's been a 10-time champion. And he's won one race, I think, or two. But only because he's been on crap bikes. He's very, very talented. He is a showman. He is absolutely fully left or fully right. If everyone's left, he's right. What a character and quite a nice person, somebody I like. Now, Northwest, I nearly won in my first year, and I was nowhere near as experienced as what Storm Stacey was. And there was 2 races for me in my first year. He has 3. I expect Storm to arrive in race 3 this year at Northwest. And that's the one in my head. We need to go 12, 13, 14 because the streak will have to stop at some point. And I read situations. We hopefully keep the streak going 12, 13, 14 this year. But if the other guys want to win, they need to win now because nobody will beat. He will do what I've done. Wait, you see. That's what's going to happen.
The person you're worrying about most is a newcomer.
So, yeah, because he has the potential, and I don't say it lightly, to go on and do what I've done at the event. Absolutely. But it's a funny one. I hate the way press put pressure on people. Newcomers, high profile. We've seen it. We've seen it with Malachi. We did see it with Malachi, unfortunately. And there was talk that he was going to emulate what I done the day before his accident. And Malachi was a great lad and so talented and had a huge future ahead of him. But you don't need that jumping behind him. So when I jump on Storm, I will also have the conversations with Storm like I have done. Like, mate, you have a lifetime at this. But when you're that good, he will just be there. He's that good, Stephen. He made a BMW look good in BSB. He is a threat to the British Superbike Championship this year. He's on a Ducati, and now he comes to Northwest. He will be there in his first year, I'm telling you. And I don't mean that on any pressure to him because I also tell you he will win double figures of Northwest 200s. He'll win as many as he wants to win. It's probably been a bit like our own journey. And then I like the challenge of, okay, I know he will beat me at some point, but I want to beat him back. That's when my thing will go from the streak to beating the young guy. That's not tomorrow. That's probably next year or race 3 this year. Yeah, the rest, if they want to win, they had an opportunity last year. But the opportunities are run out because this kid's good. This kid's very good.
And finally, have you got one favourite moment from the Northwest in all the success you've had?
Favourite moment in the Northwest?
I'll put you on the spot.
Oh, there's so many. There's like ones that flick through. Like one of the coolest moments was coming around 2018, lap 1. Andrew's doing pitboard, and I know he doesn't make mistakes, so he doesn't get the decimal places wrong. But predominantly in lap 1, if you're leading, you get, if there's a 5, it's 0.5. I got +5, and I thought, what's he doing? Flipping idiot. He never makes a mistake. And I got to York Corner, and I went,
he's right.
Oh my God. It's my second year in a Superbike at Northwest, my third ever Superbike race. I had a 5-second lead in 1 lap. And I think it's things like that make they give you confidence of what you can achieve. And that probably started, what was, although we had already won prior to that, it probably started what was to come.
Interesting choice as a favourite moment.
Yeah, you could say the first one with Alistair and that. It was special because Hutchie and Michael Rudder were in there, and Michael Dunlop was also. I think there was 5 of us, and Hutchie rode incredibly hard. Good moment, good crack in that. But that was a moment of flip me. I'm 5 seconds ahead of them all, and it's funny. These guys are the best road racers in the world. But Northwest attracts the best road racers in the world. It's had me, and it's now got Storm Stacey. And I'll hand him a heart, TM TT's the greatest ultimate challenge for sure, but the best road racers go to the Northwest because Alistair Seeley has raced them all and he's beat them 29 times. That's mad. I have 11 in a row, and you've got this young kid coming, and he's going to take a lot too.